Welcome back here, folks. Ice Sports Forum semifinal game number 2. The Gray Wolves and the Green Hornets. And of course, what a game this will be. You know, pretty sure this will be an exciting game here. I'm Angelo Pontello, bringing you all the live action and coverage here at the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, Florida. Joining me on my side, Andy Townsend. Andy, how about this semifinal game? Well, this is where it should most definitely be exciting. You have Jim Thomas and March22 back on the ice, and then you have a Gray Wolf team that I'd have to say got pretty lucky in the last third of the, or should I say last quarter of the regular season. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, you know, they won on their last round of games, all 3 of them. You know, coming from what has been a subpar record, and then reeling off 3 straight. You know, this is the team that's going to be the hot team to beat right now. You know, especially after defeating the Yellow Jackets last week, 6-4. The week before that, they destroyed the Red Army, and then the game before that, they went up neck and neck with the Green Hornets, and they were still able to come away with the victory. And now this is an opportunity for the Green Hornets to get their sweet revenge. You know, speaking of the Green Hornets, you know what just came up to me, Andy? I was just thinking about, what was it, in the draft room earlier this season when everybody was picking, a strong philosophical statement made by the Green Hornet captain March22, where he kept talking about was this was the year. And it was almost where he literally had his team picked out, or who he wanted to pick. And then, of course, he took a couple of chances on some of the newer guys, you know, such as Bob Transton, Greg Bell, and some of these other rookies. And March22 said this would be the year for the Green Hornets. So we'll see if that is correct. You know, it'll start here against the Gray Wolves. And, of course, they'll have a lot of things to go. And then especially when they finish, you know, if they win here, they'll be playing the Yellow Jackets in over 50 Cup 11. Can't wait to see if March22's prophetic statement comes true here. But yeah, it just came on my mind here because, again, you have Jim Thomas, you have Omer himself, you know, that's a dynamite team. And whenever it comes to playoffs, you know, you guys have Larry Rapar stepping up, Marty Washburn on defense, Doug Draper, Mark Walker. You know, I could continue on with the list, but, you know, and then, of course, there's subpar players, you know, Steve Byrne, Phil Field, Chuck Falbo, and the rest of them that I didn't mention. They all step up during the postseason, and they do it quite well. And this is probably a team that just has a lot of chemistry that can't wait to see what this game will have up in mind. And, of course, same goes for the Gray Wolves, you know. Again, John Spartacino, look out for him. Mark Creighton, of course, leading the league, or leading his team with 11 goals. Andrew Hyman and Sean Ryan. You know, some of the other big name players that you have to watch out for. So we'll see what happens from there. And, of course, this has been the pregame report brought to you by the Power Play Grill, Best Wings in Tampa. And they are the official wing place that will keep once again providing the 5 pounds of wings and free pitcher of beer complimentary next week to the winner of this game, as well as the Yellow Jackets. Power Play Grill, Best Wings in Tampa. When we return, we'll have face-off. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here, folks, to the Ice Sports Forum. It'll be Andrew Hyman taking the face-off against Jim Thomas. For the Green Hornets starting lineup, center Jim Thomas, left wing March22, right wing Bob Transton. Defenders back is Steve Byrne and Mark Walker. For the Gray Wolves, you have the starting center Andrew Hyman, at left wing Jim Becker, right wing Mark Creighton, and the defensemen Mike Falbo and Wersinski. And of course, putting Falbo and Wersinski together, it seems to be like somewhat of a gamble. Yeah, we've never seen this duo come together, you know, even in the entire regular season, to see them two together, especially for some as big as a postseason. We'll see how things play out. Transton sets up to Thomas. Thomas, weak shot fired off. He'll have an opportunity again. Shoots it again. Rosengard trying to bounce this one away. And he will come up with the save. And just like that, 40 seconds, both teams change their line. But again, Andy, that the Green Hornets win, one of the big things we'll be talking about over 50, or that we'll be talking about over 50 Cup 11, is March22's prophetic statement. It still rings to me, and again, if they win this game, could you imagine how true that might be? And of course, with all those rookies on hand, you know, Greg Bell, Tom Ivan, Bob Transton, quite a few. You know, we'll see how the game plays out. Spartacino looking to try to clear this one out. Stopped by Rapar. Green Hornets will regroup. He'll slide and fall on the puck, trying to get this one away from the Gray Wolves. This is going to come back over to Sean Ryan. This one back over again. Balbo gets in the way, and he'll move the puck up. Stopped by Spartacino. We'll look to try to move this puck up. It'll be an icing call. Rosengard will make the save upon faceoff. Puck comes back over to Rapar. Shot fired. This one out from Rapar over to Ivan. What's the setup? Intercepted by Spartacino, and here come the Gray Wolves the other way. Bell now from Mashrin back over to Coffee. Deflected by Bell. This one coming back over to Ryan. Phil Field trying to strip it loose from Sean Ryan. Ryan forced to pass it back over to Spartacino. Finds Rockhill. Lots of room to work with. Intercepted by Jim Thomas. Arid pass by Rockhill. This one comes back over to Thomas. Fires the shot. Just misses Rosengard. Now comes Chiquan the other way looking to set up. Now back over to Phil Field firing the shot. And it's Rosengard who quickly falls on this one for the save. Tricky shot there by Phil Field, despite the sliding pass. And of course, Phil Field, you know, he was looking to the precision, the speed on his shot there, trying to give Jim Thomas enough time to finish. But of course, Rosengard was there to fall on it faster. Wersinski looking for some options. Wersinski back around again. This one's over to Hyman. Finds an open Jim Becker. Loses control of the puck in the process, but luckily it comes back over to Falbo. We'll take the shot, stopped by Chewy. Comes back around over to Walker. Looking to pass this one up, deflected by Thomas. Wersinski in his own end. Looking to try to get this one out, but Chiquan will quickly strip it loose, and he'll come back around the other way, looking for Jim Thomas. And he lost control of the puck, now back over to Washburn. We'll put this one in the Gray Wolf end. Back over to Washburn, now trying to set up to Chiquan. Walker fires the shot, goes right. This one comes back around now to Creighton. Creighton on the move. Makes a move around Chiquan. Taken away by Thomas. Looking for Phil Field, just can't reach him. Wersinski trying to get the pass out to Falbo, and he will. Icing call made with 8:41 to go in the opening period. Bell and Ryan on the faceoff. This one coming back around now to Paul Rockhill. Over to Rapar. Firing the shot. This one comes back around to Mashrin. Taken away by Steve D'Angelo. Big opportunity for the Green Hornets. Finds Bell. Will take the shot. Can't reach it to Falbo. Back over to D'Angelo. Come now over to Draper. Comes back around over to Coffee. Back to Rapar. Looking to set up to Draper. Instead, Mashrin strips it away, but it is recovered by the Green Hornets. From Draper, now finds Bell. Working off of Coffee. From Mashrin, he will clear this one out. It's now over to Rapar. Intercepted. No, Coffee couldn't reach the puck, and now it's back over to Bell. Falbo halts on the puck. This one comes back around to Draper. Shoots out the back of Transton. Now to Spartacino. Lots of room, gets a nice pass, but misses Jim Becker. Now comes back around to Rapar. Finds Byrne. This one over to Chaquan. And Chaquan's pass misses Thomas, and this is going to be for an icing call. Hyman and Thomas on the faceoff. This one back over to Chaquan. Setting up to Washburn, knocked away by Chewy. This one out of Washburn. Intercepted by Falbo. Stripped loose by Chaquan. Chaquan fights off Falbo. He's going to try to skate to the puck quick. Now working off for Wersinski. Just can't reach to the puck in time. Deflected by Chaquan, looking for that open opportunity. Looks to flip it around to Transton. Now back over to Chaquan again. Looking for his open shot. Fires it. Rosengard knocks it away. Hyman. Now looking to set this one up to Becker. Finds Becker. Flips it over to Hyman again. Lots of room heading into the Green Hornet zone. Hyman looking for that opportunity, but it gets knocked away by Jim Thomas. And lots of room now with Transton and Chaquan. Big opportunity here for the Green Hornets if they can capitalize. And Spartacino will hold off Chaquan from an opportunity. And this one is going to be for an icing call. Of course, we would like to inform our viewers at the moment that we would like to invite you all, if you have an opportunity, to come see some good hockey. The weekend of April 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. USA Nationals is coming back again. The typical annual USA Nationals tournament now will held at the iSports Forum for the over 50 division, 60 and 70 plus. But of course, your over 50 hockey players will be taking part in the tournament. Of course, one of the tournaments that will be held here for the official Tampa Bay Moonshiner team will be consisted of some of the higher elite players in the over 50 hockey team competing against other teams from all over North America. So we would like to invite you out to the iSports Forum to come see some exciting hockey yourself, or if you are away and you cannot, and if you're unable to make it down here to Brandon, Florida during that time of April 16th and 19th, we will have a broadcasting unit live recording the games here for your pleasure. Of course, Tampa Bay Moonshiners we've already set up. But of course, looking ahead to that tournament, you know, got a lot of good teams in there. You know, even Neil Armstrong will have, as usual, a 60-plus team in there. Omer Chaquan will be on it, and a few other notable players. But at the same time, you know, we'll see how that tournament plays out. And of course, that should be an exciting tournament as well. You know, looking forward to cheering on the iSports Forum gang from the Over 50 League, looking to try to make things happen and capitalize, but we'll see how it happens. Phil Field on the wraparound had an opportunity to score, but he slipped and fouled as Wersinski was on top of him. Falbo looking to try to clear this one out. Stopped by Walker. Thomas looks to set up to Falbo, now back over to Walker. Will fire the shot. Deflected away by Wersinski. Sean Ryan now on the move. Will find Mashrin into the Green Hornet zone. Has Becker to work with. Looks to set up to Jim Becker. Looking to finish, and it's knocked away by Phil McClung. Chaquan now back the other way, and he's got Jim Thomas and Phil Field. Look out. Graywell's going to need to make a move fast. And it's going to be an offsides call. I think the Green Hornets just got a little bit too jumpy there. Too jumpy indeed. They had an opportunity to capitalize, and unfortunately it just didn't work out in their favor. to Creighton, now finds Becker into the Green Hornet zone, fires the shot, knocked away.
Putting now over to Mike Falbo, comes back over to Walker. Putting now coming back around to Jim Thomas, fires the shot. Rosengard knocks it away, almost a big opportunity on the left side. There's a scrum for the puck, Hyman versus Chaquan, but Chaquan got it out there just in time. Creighton looking to move this one up to Becker, but instead comes back around over to Thomas. Draper coming in on the move, trying to finish, but instead shoots it right on Creighton's shaft. Phil Field takes a shot and this one goes in. And how many times have we seen this guy just come in on the clutch plays and Phil Field does it again? Well, of course, this is what happens. Phil Field gets the job done, especially from as far as the opening game, seeing his big shots and some of the more critical moments in games, and Phil Field's right there to make the goal happen. Green Hornets striking first with 2:46 to go in the first. And it's a 1-0 Green Hornet lead. Sean Ryan and Greg Bell on the face-off. This one now coming back around over to Rapar. This one now coming over to Wersinski. Looking to set up the foul ball. Now back around over to Bell. Back to Wersinski. Looking to clear this one out. Intercepted by Draper. Wersinski gets the pass off to Sean Ryan, heading into the Green Hornet zone. It's 3-on-1. Ryan will fire the shot just left of McClung. Ivan's pass deflected, this one coming back around again. From Falbo, this is going to come all the way back to Rapar, firing the shot. Transton will get the pass, and this one will be dumped out. Plugged out by Sean Ryan, finds Mashrin. Plugged out to Chaquan, working off the two Grey Wolf defenders. Looking to make a move around Spartacino, gets the 9, and here comes John Spartacino the other way. Working around Transton, working off of Chaquan. So now comes back around to a wide open Andrew Hyman into the Green Hornet zone, looking to make the play happen. He'll take the shot, Chewy knocks it away. Walker continuing to try to move this one out. Chaquan stopped by Becker, and he'll regain possession. This one comes back over to Rock Hill. Now comes over to Creighton, deflected by Chaquan. Here comes Thomas in the final minute with Chaquan. 2-on-1 opportunity. This one coming back around to Thomas. Now taken away by Becker. Becker looking for an open shot over to Creighton. This is going to come back, and Chewy's going to knock this one away for the Green Hornets. Walker trying to move this one up quickly. Now back around to Jim Thomas. Hyman will get this one knocked away. Now back around to Chaquan again. And Chaquan is forced to dump it into the Grey Wolf end. Looking to set up his Transton now from Thomas, but Hyman knocks away. This one comes back around to Rapar. 18 seconds remain in the opening period. From Transton now to Washburn. They'll officially get this one dumped into the Grey Wolf zone. Spartacino now looking for Becker, just out of his reach. Rapar misses. Here comes Becker. Big opportunity here. Fires a shot. Knocked away by Chewy. That's how the first period is going to come to an end. Knee opportunity there for the Grey Wolves. A big opportunity there, and they just get denied. That's unbelievable. You know, they do have to take better care of their shots there, but you know, a big opportunity like that for the Green Hornets. They're very lucky that Jim Becker missed on that one. So first intermission here, Green Hornets with a tight 1-0 lead heading into the second period. We'll see how things play out here. When we return, this is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontola Broadcasting Network. About to begin the second period. Chuck Falbo will take the face-off against Sean Ryan. This one bouncing around. Falbo will try to move this one up, but instead it's off by Spartacino. This one coming back around. Ivan just fails to get to the puck, and now it's off to Rockhill. Puck over to Spartacino. Held up by Ivan, but will escape. Spartacino still looking for options. Looking for coffee. This one coming back around, intended for Falbo. This one now around to Ryan. To Rockhill. Taken away by D'Angelo. From the Meza. This one now back around to Draper. Shot back around again. Falbo with the shot. This one goes in. Chuck Falbo somehow must have got it through the 5-hole. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Green Hornets. This has have to be absolutely embarrassing for Rosengard. You know, you have a Chuck Falbo was right there. He just took a simple shot. That's all it was. And it got through the 5-hole. And normally Rosengard just has the 5-hole covered. But apparently Rosengard didn't that time. And for Chuck Falbo, he just extended his Green Hornet team to 2-0. What an exciting moment for Chuck Falbo there. Just took a nice shot. And from there, you know, just again through the 5-hole, that's amazing. It was a good shot by Falbo overall. Thomas and Hyman on the face-off. This is going to come all the way back. Steve Byrne looking to try to get this one out. This was off to Hyman instead. Now coming back around is Falbo. Hyman and Thomas working off against one another for the puck. Now it's back over to Steve Byrne. Byrne gets the pass off to Chiquan. Looking for Thomas. And apparently it's an offsides call again. Puck quickly going off the boards. This one's going to come back around to Worsinski. Chiquan trying to move the puck up, deflected well by Hyman. This one comes back around to Steve Byrne. Finds Thomas. Trying to get this one cleared out. Worsinski trying to get a hold on the puck. Knocked away, now back around to Creighton. Now Phil Field will take the puck away. Lots of room will find, or intended to find Chiquan, instead intercepted by Hyman, stripped loose by Thomas. Thomas will take this one in himself. Look at that, fire the shot, deflected by Rosengard. And now from Creighton, stopped and intercepted by Draper, and he'll dump this one back in the Grey Wolf end. Falbo with the puck. Shot fired, intercepted by Draper. Has a big opportunity here. We'll look to try to set this one up to Phil Field, but deflected away with Mike Falbo. And now this puck's going to go all the way back into the Green Hornet end. Chewy feeds it off to Rapar, now finds Draper. And a lineup change has been made as Chiquan's going to quickly move it down the ice into the Grey Wolf zone. Stripped loose by Worsinski. Chiquan regains balance. Looks to set up to Thomas. Fires the shot, bouncing away from Rosengard, and he'll finally retrieve it for the save. See, one of the other things, Angelo, you have the Grey Wolves need to key in on is for Omar Chiquan, the person he will pretty much only pass it to at this point is Jim Thomas, even though they're up 2-0. For the Grey Wolves, despite this deadly duo, you know, you have to be doing everything you can to contain Thomas and hold off Chiquan at the same time. You know, that's pretty hard to do, but at the same time, that's going to be their ticket to getting back in this one. Rockhill, deflected by Ivan. He'll look to try to take the shot himself. Chuck Falbo looking for goal number 2. And he is held up by Spartacino. Rapar firing the shot, bounced away. Spartacino will take this one himself, and he's got Don Coffey to work with. Only one defender and Doug Draper back. Spartacino fires the shot, kicked away by Chewy. This one now back around to Don Coffey. This one off the boards, looking for Falbo. Instead, it's going to be taken away by Mashering. Rockhill. Bouncing shot, this one goes through! And that is going to be one way to get the Grey Wolves back in this game. Paul Rockhill intentionally trying to get this one cleared out, but instead of bouncing puck, and it falls right through past Chewy and into the net. And the Grey Wolves are officially back in this one with 8:14 to go in the second. And that is going to be a goal Chewy's going to wish he had back. That is just a gap from both keepers now. Rosengard allowed a simple 5-shot through, and now a bouncing puck from Chewy. He let that one go in. And now the Grey Wolves are just only 1 goal down. Wersinski working off at Chiquan. Puck now around to Becker. This was going to go back in the Green Hornet end for the icing call. And right now, the score is still showing 2-0. What's going on with Time Boy right now? Yeah, right now we're just not exactly sure what's going on with him. It still shows 2-0, but it's supposed to be 2-1 at the moment. Jim Becker looking for the tying goal. Will fire the shot. This one goes in. No! And now it goes in by Hyman. Initially, we saw Jim Becker taking the shot, and it looked like it was just riding on the right line. But a second opportunity there, and just like that, the Grey Wolves tie it up. And now it's 2-2, but Time Boy still having it be 2-1, but now it's 2-1. And what's going on here? I don't believe what I'm seeing right now. It's just, what just happened this past minute or so? That's what I like to know. Well, apparently, you know, everyone's not paying attention right now, and especially for a playoff game, you have to be doing your job. That has been the main concern, the main goal. And, you know, you're watching hockey every now and then, but you got to be paying attention with the game. And, of course, with Time Boy, you need to do a whole lot better in terms of knowing what's going on in the game, because that's what's going to be causing a lot of ruckus and firing from both sides, especially the fans, is something as simple as scorekeeping. You know, you're paid more than minimum wage, I believe, to be a scorekeeper these days, especially here at the iSports Forum. So, I mean, you should be happy. I don't know what Time Boy's doing at the moment, but, you know, I don't know if he's playing with a cell phone or doing something. But yeah, you can definitely tell, you know, it's kind of disappointing that he's not really into this game right now. And you know, you gotta do a little bit better. If you're the Time Boy, you gotta be doing your part in terms of making sure the game's all right, because otherwise you're responsible for the clock. I mean, you're responsible for getting everybody in motion. So, you know, to not be paying attention to what's going on in the game, you know, that's going to cause a ruckus. And of course, referees have to get involved with that, you know, when they really don't need to. It just adds more confusion. Puck back over to Rockhill. We'll fire the shot again. Kicked away by Bell. Falbo. Trying to get this one away will do. Spartacino will regroup. Taking his time, finds Mashrin. Looking for Sean Ryan, flips it back over to Mashrin. D'Angelo trying to take it away from Ryan, will fail to do so. Now Sean Ryan will skate back. Finds Rockhill. Coffey and Liebler working off of one another. Rockhill now looking for Mashrin's, got him. This one coming back around again. This one now off to Wersinski. Finds Coffey. Will fire the shot, deflected away by Rapar. This one coming back to Falbo. To Mastering. And Mastering forced to dump it into the Green Hornet end. Falbo trying to get to the puck, but fails to do so. This is going to go all the way back to Wersinski in the Grey Wolves' own end. Jim Thomas trying to get to the puck first, and so is Shaquan, but now it's going to come back up to Creighton. From Becker, now is Hyman. Hyman looking for his shot, takes it, kicked away by Chewy. Becker, stripped loose, but at the same time gets it off to Wersinski. Hyman looking to continue to get the puck in, and Chiquan will strip this one loose, and here comes. And Jim Thomas along with him gets it back over to Chiquan. Look out, Jim Thomas gets a pass through, knocked away by Rosengard. Big save there. Normally keepers like that would be a little bit flustered in terms of how to control that. But that was huge right there. And Jim Thomas, if only he would have capitalized on that, that would have been, well, again, another beautiful performance between Chiquan and Thomas. Phil Field looking for goal number 2. Can't find it. Chiquan on the wraparound looking to finish. Well, still trying to jab it in, but Rosengard hangs on. And this one's going to be fired back all the way in the Green Hornet end for the icing call. And with 4:18 to go in the second, it is 2-all. We'll see how the rest of this game gets played out. Again, right there, it's like we said, for the Grey Wolves, they need to do something to shut down the likes of Omar Chiquan and Jim Thomas on the same line, and then work their magic from there. And right now, that is just exactly what they've been doing. Chiquan looks to set up to Thomas. Struggling to work off a rock hill. Firing shot, and Rosengard's there with the save as Phil Field comes tumbling down. And it looks like the Green Hornets will change things up a little bit. Greg Bell will take the face-off for the Green Hornets against Sean Ryan of the Grey Wolves. Green Hornets looking to capitalize once again. This time lineups changed. This one now for Rapar, looking for some options. Rapar still trying to keep the puck alive for the Green Hornets. Instead, it's going to be taken away by Rockhill. It's going to move this one up to Master and now finds Sean Ryan. Defended well by Rapar. Now comes Spartacino with the puck. They'll get it back over to Rockhill. Fires the pass. Puck now to Steve D'Angelo. Looks for Bell. And it's going to be offsides. So the Green Hornets will quickly make a lineup change. And this is probably a tactical change that they're doing right now as a way to try to see if they can quickly retake the lead here. Smart move here, you know. Again, whether you wanted to change your lineup or not, this is a big opportunity here. And that's an offsides call again. Jim Thomas could not get himself back on the blue line that time. And Dave Collins was just waiting for that to happen, and that's a good call there. Mark Creighton will get to the puck, and he's on the move. Creighton looking for some open shots, so fired on Chewy. Second rebound shot, kicked away. Here comes Becker looking to set up on a third shot. Knocked away by Chewy. Now it's off to Chiquan. Chiquan gets this one off the boards, but instead will be stopped by Falbo. Now to Hyman, gets this one knocked away. Creighton trying to out-skate Walker to the puck. And And the save is made by Chewy. Wersinski will move this one up. From Hyman, now it's the foul ball. Looking for Becker. Shot taken, just misses off the right post, and now it comes back over to Chiquan. Puck back to Chiquan again. Puck back over to Walker. Finds Transton, taken away now by Hyman. Has Creighton to work with. Looking to set to Becker, firing the shot, bouncing puck again, and Chewy will knock this one out. Grey Wolves still with the opportunity to get their own rebound. Becker looking to fire it back again. Now it's over to Thomas. And here come the Green Hornets the other way. Now from Thomas to Chiquan. Creighton trying to get this one away from Chiquan. He does. Walker will rebound for the Green Hornets. This one now over to Thomas. 1:43 remain in the second. Rockhill will get this one away from Thomas. Sean Ryan, big opportunity here. Now finds Chiquan. Creighton will fire up for the shot. Knocked away. Steve Byrne will barely get this one out. And if he didn't turn around any faster, could have been dangerous, and the Grey Wolves might have had an opportunity. Thomas finds Chiquan. Will fire the shot, deflected from Spartacino off the Rosengard. Mashrin with the puck. Chiquan still fighting for it, gets around, has a big opportunity here, looking for Thomas. This one gets knocked out. This one now back around to Ryan. Comes around again, this is to Rockhill. Stopped by Draper. This one off to Transton. Now around is Sean Ryan. Ryan still looking for some options. And this one's going to slide all the way back in the Grey Wolves zone. Spartacino will pick it up with 29 seconds to go. He looks for the pass intended for Masher and intercepted now by Draper. And Draper will dump this one back in the Grey Wolf end. This one off to Wersinski. Off the boards, this is to Don Coffey. And the referee's going to halt play. .4 seconds now with a tied game, 2-all. Can't get any more excited than this, right, Andy? Not at all, Angelo. I mean, again, when a game is tied up, regardless of what the score is, it's like we thought it was going to be an exciting thing. And apparently, when the referee halted play, there was a penalty that came on. Not exactly sure what it was. I think maybe too many men on the ice, or whatever it may be. But either way, Green Hornets are now playing a man down for at least the first 12 seconds, and then the next minute 48 in the third period. Not exactly the penalty they were looking for, because now the Grey Wolves, heading into the third period, have the momentum advantage and possibly a chance to take the lead for the first time this game. Steve Byrne will look to try to ice it, but it'll be quickly stopped by Falbo. This one now around to Creighton. Creighton takes the shot, saved by Chewy. And clock is going to continue to run. And now once again, here we go. Another issue with the time clock. We initially have 1.8 seconds on our clock, but Time Boy is just not paying attention here today. What is going on here? It's amazing. And again, this is exactly where it comes up. You have to be ready at all times, regardless. It doesn't matter if it's a semifinal game or what have you, but it was most definitely at least a second was on the board, and all that time was just wasted off the clock. That's very disappointing. They need to talk to Time Boy about that, because that's the second incident. That's the second time now where he's failed to pay attention here. And if I was the iSports Forum staff, I'd be looking for a new keeper. I'd be looking for a new score person, because this has gone off far too much. I mean, twice in one period even. You got to be doing a whole lot better than that. It doesn't matter who you are. You got to do a whole lot better. You got to be more attentive and paying attention here. Yeah, very disappointing that Time Boy's not paying attention. You know, he's just doing his own thing, very lackadaisical. You know, you have to be better on that. And maybe Dave Collins is probably going to have a few words with him. You know, this is the second incident now where this has happened. No, he's just talking with the referees. But either way, that's the second incident now where Time Boy has, today in this game alone, has failed to really keep up with things. And that's what's going to be a real killer sum. With that second intermission, still a 2-all game. It's going to come down to, who knows, maybe the third period or even an overtime period. We'll see what happens here. We'll be right back after a quick break here. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Fontella Broadcasting Network. Just about ready to begin the third and final period, at least for regular time. Jim Thomas and Andrew Hyman will face off. This one now coming back around to Jim Becker. As of course, again, Grey Wolves have the man advantage. Looking to do everything they can to capitalize. Rockhill looking to fire for the one-timer. Gets deflected. Becker now with an opportunity. Fires the shot. And he misses on the left side. Lots of room there. You know, Chewy was already down when Becker had the initial shot there. Kind of surprised that he just didn't take advantage. Jim Thomas trying to get through two Grey Wolf defenders. Does. Now spinning around Spartacino looking to finish with Phil Field. Gets knocked away. And that is one thing you have to love about the individual effort for Jim Thomas is just the way he just continues to fight despite any kind of players that come through. Creighton fires the shot. This one's saved by Chewy. 1:04 remains on the penalty. Chicorn will check back in for the Green Hornets. Thomas and Hyman on the faceoff. This one out from Rapar. This is off to Chicorn. Big opportunity here. Hyman quickly trying to skate back, trying to hold him off. And the puck is stripped loose by Wersinski. And Hyman will get this one knocked away. This one comes back around to Draper. Shot off of Thomas. And Draper's going to get this one knocked back into the Grey Wolf end. Falbo looking to try to get this pass out to Creighton, and Creighton will quickly skate for this one. Looks to set up to Becker. Big opportunity here, fires the shot. This one bounces through and it goes in. And for the first time this game, the Grey Wolves have a lead. Scoring on the power play opportunity. Unbelievable. Down 2-0. You can never underestimate the Grey Wolves. This is why they are the second seed, because they have the power, the opportunity to get back in this one, and they just showed it right there. And as for the Green Hornets, again, when you're up 2-0 and then you give up 3 unanswered goals, it's time to start thinking about what kind of tactical changes you need to do to get yourself up to be in this game and to have your season still stay alive here. Well, it's one of those things, but again, it all comes back to who wants it more and the way you play. You know, there's the 12 regular season games. And honestly, you can't even call them regular season games anymore because it's practically a joke. It's almost like 12 preseason games, only to position who you're playing who when it comes to the playoffs. And, you know, despite whatever you do, I mean, don't get me wrong, players are still going to be playing their hardest. It's just, you have to look at it from both ways here, you know. 12 preseason games for what they really are, and then you have everybody in the playoffs. You know, again, look at the Red Army, for instance. If they were to beat the Yellow Jackets, a 1-11 team in over 50 Cup 11, does it even seem like a possibility? You know, it's just the thought of it is just mind-boggling, and that's where, you know, you have to look at the playoff things. But it's not about the playoffs right now. It's about getting back to what I'm trying to say is it's all about how you play in one game, and that's the semifinal that counts. Ryan looking to set up here, trying to extend the lead. Spartacino trying to get to the puck first, but it'll be tipped away by Bell, and Rockhill will have to skate back. Rockhill off the boards, gets all the way to Rapar. Rapar looking for Chicorn. Got him. and he'll pass it back over to Draper. Back to Rapar, and he'll get this one off the boards. Intended for Chiquan's, got him. He will move it up over in the middle into the Grey Wolf zone. Will wind up for the shot, knocked away by Rosengard. This one's going to come back over to Ryan. Chiquan looking to set up. Looking for Thomas for the tying goal. Can't do it. Jim Becker off the boards. This one's going to come back around to Walker. And Washburn's going to skate all the way back, and he will have some time to regroup. And instead, this pass is intercepted by Becker. Only 2 defenders back. Will fire the shot. Chewy knocks it away. And Crane looking to finish on the shot after holding up the 2 defenders. Now it comes back around to Chiquan. Now from Transton, working off a foul ball. Can't control the puck, and now it's back over to Hyman. Gets the pass off to Creighton. Creighton now to Falbo. Now Falbo and Becker trying to get the pass in between Mark Walker. Fails to do so, and this one's going to come back over to Wersinski. Finds Creighton. Creighton will move it up. And he's got some options. Will take the shot deflected by Thomas. Now comes back to Hyman. Creighton trying to finish on the setup. No good, as this one comes back over to Washburn, trying to get this one cleared out. Stopped by Falbo. And Falbo's pass intercepted by Transton. Finds an open Chiquan, now back over to Thomas. And the deadly duo is at it again, but Wersinski gets a stick in there, and it's back over in the Grey Wolf possession. Puck back over to Draper, this one now to Thomas. And only the defenders remain now. This is where you have to capitalize here. Thomas skates around again, will fire the shot, deflected away by Rosengard. And this puck's going to go high and into the bench. 7:43 remaining in the game, and the Grey Wolves have a tight 3-2 lead that they're trying to hang on here. Looking to be that other team that takes on the Yellow Jackets in over 50 Cup 11 here. Well, again, it's like we say, who wants it more? And right now, Grey Wolves trying to do everything they can to get back in this one. Green Hornets need to step up their game here. You know, their effort was good when it was 2-0, but now they need to step it up one more time. Puck coming back around. This is over to Mastering. Slips and falls. This one back over to Spartacino. Looking to get this one off to Don Coffey. Just past his reach. And that's a skate race between him and Rapar. Coffey will get to the ice. Will get to the puck first. Puck back around over to Rapar. Working off of Mastering. Spartacino now comes back around over to Mastering, looking to set up in the deep slot. Mastering fires the shot, deflected away by Draper. Now from Ryan, it's back over to Spartacino, fires the shot. Ryan looking to finish over to Mastering, knocked away by Chewy. Now Ryan looking to finish back, bouncing puck around, and it still doesn't cross the red line. And now the puck goes past Spartacino. Finds the pass over to Ryan, and the Grey Wolves will have to regroup. Puck back around to Bell. Now up to D'Angelo, will fire the shot, deflected away by Spartacino, and this one comes back around to Ryan once more. Finds Becker into the Green Hornet zone, 2 defenders back. Becker fires the shot just right of the net. D'Angelo now finds an open Chiquan. Chiquan looking to get through 2 defenders. Still with the puck, looking to finish. Chiquan on the wraparound shot, looking to take advantage. Will fire through, and it goes in! And the individual effort of Omar Chiquan gets this game back tied again with 6:14 to go, and it is still not over here. Well, what do you expect? This is Omar Chiquan, you know, him and his play with Jim Thomas, the individual efforts, you know, they can always come back to make the goal happen, and, you know, that's where it counts right there. Grey Wolves had a little bit of a slip up there. Chiquan was able to capitalize on his wraparound, and we keep play on. Hyman and Thomas on the face-off, the puck fires into the Green Hornet bench as this game gets tied up at 3. And they will redo face-off from center ice. From the center line, Jim Thomas struggling to get this one off to Chiquan. Now gets it back around to Phil Field. It's deflected by Creighton, but Thomas will complete the clearance into the Grey Wolf end. Falbo gets it around Chiquan. Now from Becker, Hyman trying to skate it past Thomas. He does, but not before the puck goes all the way back deep in the Green Hornets zone. Picked up by Steve Byrne, gets the pass off the field, intercepted by Becker. Gets around Jim Thomas. Will fire the shot himself. Chewy will kick this one away. Tied game. We are about 5.5 minutes away from end of regulation. So unless if a team scores, it looks like we'll be heading into a 3-on-3 overtime opportunity. From Chiquan, Phil Field will fire the shot, and it is saved by Rosengard. Of course, with Rosengard coming in at net instead of the original keeper, Lonnie Herman, does that say anything? Well, it's just one of those things where, you know, rumor has it that Lonnie Herman doesn't show up when it comes to the big pressure games like this because he doesn't want to let his team down. But again, that's just rumors and reports that we've heard of. I'm not necessarily saying that it's true, but, you know, anything's possible. Chiquan will fire the shot himself. This one goes behind the net. Phil Field looks to set up, and he'll get the pass right onto Jim Becker, and here comes Becker and Creighton. Only Draper back, now back over to Creighton. Creighton fires the shot, looks to finish for Becker, and it goes in! And the Grey Wolves retake the lead with 4:55 to go, and the Green Hornets now will once again have to climb a hill. It's all about the back and forth here right now. Now it's where you have to look at Chiquan and Thomas again. Can they tie this game up once more? Or is this the game maker right here? Good point, Andy. That could be the game winner right there, depending on how these two teams have been playing so far. Just hard-nosed, lights-out hockey. But we'll see what will happen here. Coffey gets the pass back over to Spartacino. Now looks to set up to Ryan, and Ryan's on the move. Now Grey Wolves looking to try to make this a 2-goal lead. We're going to get this one back around to Mashford, instead intercepted by Rapar. Rapar looking for D'Angelo, can't reach him. And Spartacino now passes over to Mashroom. We'll get this one all the way back over to Draper. This one now off the boards. This one gets back around to Spartacino. Looking to get it through two Green Hornet players. Instead, this one goes all the way back to Wersinski. Finds Ryan. And D'Angelo will get the clearance out. Deep into the Grey Wolf zone, Wersinski will skate around in his own end. Finds a pass off to Coffey. Coffey looking for Ryan, and here goes Ryan with the puck. Into the Green Hornet zone. Skates around on the outside, looking to come in for the finish. Ryan looking to get the pass off. I guess intended for Coffey. No, he keeps it himself. Ryan will take the shot, and this one's going to be saved by Chewy with 3:50 to go. You can tell that there's perhaps maybe some confidence issues in Sean Ryan. You know, he has open shot opportunities, he just doesn't take it, and he'll still continue to skate around, perhaps maybe getting the pass off to a player, trying to be more of a playmaker than anything. But sometimes in a situation like this, you just need to continue to take the shots. You're looking to try to put this team out of their misery, essentially. Hyman and Thomas on the face-off, deep in the Green Hornet zone. Grey Wolves looking to try to wrap up a berth here for the over 50 Cup 11. Creighton looks to finish off to Becker. Hyman and Chiquan working off of one another. And Chiquan's pass goes all the way out open. Phil Field will get to it into the Grey Wolf zone. Will fire the shot himself. Defended well by Wersinski. And that happens to be a very beautiful defensive stop there by Wersinski. You know, Phil Field, big guy coming down the ice, and you still were able to come down there and hold him up. That's pretty impressive. Becker looking to finish. Gets on the wraparound. Stiff arms Washburn. Now back over to Creighton. Creighton off the boards. Now looks for Rockhill to try to finish. Fires the shot in through. Hyman looking to try to finish. Now it's back over to Steve Byrne. Looks for Chiquan. Omer Chiquan looking for some options, and this one's going to come back over to Washburn. Lots of room. Looks for an open Jim Thomas. Could be dangerous, but two Grey Wolf defenders are back. Thomas fires the shot, and it is saved by Rosengard. .246 remaining here. It is still anyone's game. Jim Thomas and Sean Ryan now on the face-off. This one comes back over to Draper. Sets it to Rapar. And Rosengard's going to fall on this one for the save. And now for the Green Hornets, it's when do you pull your keeper and try to throw in a sixth man, assuming that you still fail to score? Well, it's all going to depend. I mean, you know, with the guys that are out there right now, you know, you definitely, obviously, Omar Chacon and Jim Thomas are going to be on one line. I would definitely expect Larry Rapar to step in, Doug Draper, John Spartacino, and perhaps maybe Phil Field with the way he's been playing so far. Jim Thomas will take the shot, and it's once again saved by Rosengard. .218 remains on the official clock. For the Grey Wolves, they're going to be looking to make a few substitutions. Mark Creighton will check back in on the ice. It'll be Thomas and Sean Ryan on the face-off. Spartacino will move this one up to Creighton. Gets a nice move around Doug Draper and has a lot of room to work with. Larry Rapar is back. Let's just set it back around over to Hyman. And Chacon will go all the way in his own end to get the puck. We'll find the pass over to Jim Thomas and we'll officially at the 2-minute marker. Sean Ryan will take this one away and he will get this one off the boards and into the Green Hornet end once again. For the Green Hornets at this point, it's do or die time, and for the Grey Wolves, they just need to contain the Green Hornets in their own zone. Chacon looks to set up, back around again, cannot. This is going to go backwards out to Draper. Draper setting up now to Rapar. Knocked away by Hyman, taken now by Creighton. Creighton looking for his shot opportunity, bounced away by Chewy. Hyman looking for a second initial shot, now it's back over to Rapar. Rapar looking for some options, finds Thomas. And now it's up towards Washburn. Washburn will get to the puck. And now it's off to Becker. We'll put this one back over to Hyman. We'll keep it in the Green Hornet end as we are now approaching the final minute of this game. And now Mark Walker will have to move things up here. Chacon looking to try to get this one around. And he will look to try to control it. Becker will fire it back into the Green Hornet end. Chewy's going to have to clear this one out big time. Now off to Jim Thomas. Now back over to Creighton again. Coffey just can't get the reach out to Omar Chacon, and Chacon will hang on to the puck, and here comes the sixth man for the Green Hornets. Chacon flipping it back around. Here comes Wersinski trying to finish. Now it's back over to Wersinski. Pressured by 3 Green Hornet players. 21 seconds remain. Phil Field trying to fire the shot. This one coming back around, and did Rosengard make the save? And it looks like he did. Big opportunity against denied, and if I were Omar Chacon right now, this would probably be a good time to take a timeout to see how they're going to do. And Rosengard getting some praise from his teammates. And sure enough, there will be a timeout called here. 17.8 seconds to go. Green Hornets in a do-or-die situation against the Grey Wolves here. Can they finish off and equalize to keep this game alive and going? And for the Grey Wolves, currently 17.8 seconds away from what could be a potential over 50 Cup 11 berth. But we'll find out more after our timeout here. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontella Broadcasting Network. We'll go back here, folks. 17.8 seconds left to go in regulation. Green Hornets looking to try to capitalize here. Can they do it? Fires from Jim Thomas, now back over to Walker. Bouncing around, Rosengard trying to kick it away, and there's no Green Hornet in sight to try to stop. It's going to go slide all the way back. 6 seconds to go, and it's going to be an icing call. 5.7 seconds to go. And this is it. The final drive just about to commence. One more shot for the Green Hornets to keep their season alive. Hyman and Chacon on the face-off. This is gonna fire back over to Thomas. Will flip the puck high, and this was gonna go nowhere, and that's gonna do it. The Grey Wolves are going to over 50 Cup 11. And that is gonna do it. Final score, Grey Wolves 4, Green Hornets 3. And what a very disappointing end it has to be for the Green Hornets, who have fought their way through after leading 2-0 and giving up what has been 3 unanswered goals. And then they tie it up at 3-3, and then just that last second, or not the last second, but within the latter part of the game, about 4 minutes and 55 seconds left, when Jim Becker capitalized on the game-winning goal. And then from there, Green Hornets trying to do everything they could, but just couldn't finish. And of course, we officially have over 50 Cup 11. It will be the Yellow Jackets taking on the Grey Wolves, and that should be an exciting matchup. Of course, like I said before, you know, with the way these Grey Wolves have played hard, I'd expect them to do very well against the Yellow Jackets. But we'll see what goes on from there. But for the Green Hornets, again, you look at this team, and they had a lot of promise and a lot of potential. From their first meeting in the regular season opening, where the Green Hornets absolutely destroyed the Grey Wolves 10-2, until now, which is a heartbreaking 4-3 loss for them that will no doubt about end their season. But for the Grey Wolves, they live to fight another day, and they'll be taking on the Yellow Jackets, and we'll see what goes on from there. And again, I mean, a hard-fought game, what has been arguably a really good semifinal matchup. It's just unfortunate that for the Green Hornets, it had to end this way. And for the Grey Wolves, they did what they could to move on, and that's what mattered the most. Well, this has been another production of the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Again, we'd like to invite you all to come out here to the iSports Forum in Brandon, Florida. Over 50 Cup 11, Yellow Jackets and the Grey Wolves here at the iSports Forum. Should be an exciting matchup to see, and I'm looking at every possible outcome for there. It should be an exciting matchup to look forward to. Well, again, when you have the likes of Neil Armstrong, Scott McCants, and the rest of the gang, and you're taking on a team like John Spotticino, that's where it counts, and that's where it matters the most. But again, from what has been a very prophetic statement by Omar Chaquan, and unfortunately it does not come out, Green Hornets will not be making the trip to over 50 Cup 11. Really unfortunate to see that. But for Andy Townsend, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night, and we hope everybody has a blessed evening. Take care, everyone.